Following our free educational materials, you learn English in a great way with ease and efficiency.
Most of our customers are foreigners. How many foreign languages can you speak, Elizabeth?
2. French and Spanish.
And how well can you speak them?
Well, French was my best subject at school. I can read and write it pretty well.
And how about your Spanish?
Well, it's not as good as my French. I can speak it reasonably well, but my written Spanish isn't very good.
I see. Well, we have a lot of Spanish customers, but you wouldn't need to write any Spanish here.
In that case, I'm fit for the position, I think.
Look at this newspaper article about this famous local medium. It says that she is really gifted and so popular now, that she is booked solid with appointments for the next 12 months.
You don't really believe in all that hocus-pocus mumbo-jumbo, do you?
Well, I have had many friends that went to a psychic and got their palms read, and most of the things the psychic told her came true.
Of course it does. They tell you general and obvious things like that you will be successful or have a big house. I think most of the times they are just scam artists.
Well, historically it is a practice that many cultures share. Reading the tarot cards, in the East they would even read tea leaves. I even heard that there are people that make you smoke a cigar, and then read your ashes.
All superstitious nonsense. I would still like to go to one and see what he or she has to say, just for kicks.
We have to pick up Conrad before the party.
All right, no problem.
We're supposed to meet him at Cal's bar at 10.
Wait a minute, Cal's bar?
Yes.
That's a gay bar.
Yes, it is. Conrad is gay. Didn't you know?
I thought he was maybe gay, but I wasn't sure. Anyhow, you don't expect me to go into a gay bar, do you?
Why not? We're supposed to meet him there.
Why doesn't he meet us outside?
Why should he do that? It isn't illegal for us to go in.
Yeah, but who wants to go in? I'm not gay, you know. Why should I go in a gay bar?
You sound like you're afraid.
I just wouldn't be comfortable.
You've never been in a gay bar before?
No, never.
But it's just a bar. There's no danger. You shouldn't be so homophobic.
Well.
Listen, if you refuse to go in, Conrad will be offended. You don't hate gay people, do you?
No, I don't. But I never went into a gay bar before.
Don't worry about it. There is nothing strange about it. If Conrad's there, we'll leave for the party. If he's not, we'll sit down and have a drink.
Okay, I will try it. I suppose it isn't reasonable for me to refuse to go in. After all, gay people aren't afraid to go into normal bars.
I'm glad you feel that way. We'll leave in about 10 minutes, all right?
Fine.
David, do you think we are lucky to have the weekend?
Definitely. I need to have enough time to have a rest on this weekend. We worked like bees in the whole working days.
I agree with you. What do you want to do, except sleeping?
Let me think. Oh, awful. I still have not finished the chart which was assigned by Mr. Wharton on Friday. So that task will make my busy.
I am better. I will go out to have a visit to my aunt. Why don't we have fun on weekend?
So what? What do you think of smoking?
It's harmful not only for yourself but for others.
What in your opinion can be done to stop smoking?
Stop producing cigarettes.
But that'll affect the national economy.
That's right. But I don't think there are better ways.
How about printing a warning on each cigarette packet?
Maybe it can take effect.
I must be going.
Okay. Keep in touch.
Why did Tom quit his job?
He said his present job seemed to be a blind alley.
If he doesn't change his attitude toward work, I don't think a new job can make any difference.
May, is the university a terrible place?
Surely not. Life in the university is fun. Why did you ask?
Because you study day in and day out for the entrance exam. So I figure you would study even harder after you've got in.
Studying in the university is not easy, but it's not as arduous as you think.
How do you know that? You haven't got in yet.
Of course I know. I once attended Lisa's class, sitting quietly at the back of the classroom.
Oh, really? Were you not caught?
Of course not. You are allowed to attend any lecture, only if there are empty seats for you and you don't disturb the class. In universities, you study in a free and creative environment.
What do you want to study in the university? Have you thought about it?
This question has really been bothering me. I like Chinese literature, you know. But economics is really hot now, and it has a very good career prospect.
I will choose what I like. You don't know what a torture it is for me to study English, because I don't like English.
Though I like Chinese literature very much, I'm also interested in economics. It's a tough choice to make.
You can decide later. You will have choices before you submit your university application form.
Right. I have lots of time to think carefully before I make my final decision.
I never watch foreign films. They're too boring.
Jason, you have no taste. You think First Blood is a good movie.
Hey, it is. A lot of people like that movie.
I'm sorry, but it's a bad movie. The plot is stupid, and the script is poorly written.
Face it. You don't like action movies because you're a snob.
No, I don't like action movies because I'm cultured.
I heard that Kevin got divorced. Is that true?
Not so bad, but Kevin does have problems with his wife.
What?
His wife always complained that Kevin's salary was too low and got no promotion.
Poor Kevin, we should do something for him. He is a nice guy and does his job well.
Yeah, I agree with you. But you know, it's just one of those things. The show will be starting in a few minutes. We'd better go in and find our seats.
Number 7 and 9 of the row 11 in the stalls, aren't they?
That's right. This entrance is for even numbers. That entrance over there is for odd numbers. Let's go over there.
What a nice theater. I guess it can seat hundreds of people.
Maybe you are right.
Look, it's begin.
Well, how did you like the show?
It's so interesting. I like it very much.
The Blakes got divorced.
Really? Why?
Mr. Black has been getting a little around a side.
I'm surprised. He doesn't look like a guy who'd ever cheat on his wife, does he?
No, he doesn't. But his wife found out he has been too charming for a long time. Incredibly, he has many different girlfriends. Starting almost right after they married 20 years ago.
Well, I'm really surprised. You are not doing anything behind my back, are you?
No, the only thing I've ever done behind your back is zip you up. Besides, I told all my other girlfriends, and my wife who's getting suspicious. And we had a cold for a while, tell the.
Haha, you are not very funny. I guess that means accept me to tell my lover we have stopped seeing each other too.
You are not funny either. I can't believe I married a woman like you.
Mary is such a cautious girl.
What do you mean by cautious?
She never puts words into her mouth, she only repeats the opinions of others.
That's a clever way to escape responsibility.
Who is Cindy's husband?
Cindy's husband is Ron.
How many children do Cindy and Ron have?
They have 2 children, 1 son and 1 daughter, as well as 1 daughter-in-law and 1 son-in-law.
Do they have any grandchildren?
Yes, they have 3 grandchildren, 1 girl and 2 boys.
Does their daughters get along well with her in-laws?
Yes, she gets along with them quite well.
Do they have a large family?
Their family is very similar to Cindy and Ron's family.
So nice to see you again, Louise. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How's your business going, Kevin?
Not too bad.
How about going to hear a country and western singer tonight?
I'd enjoy that.
I'll pick you up around 8 o'clock.
Okay, I'll see you then.
How have you been?
Fine, thanks. How about you?
Do you think discrimination against women in the workforce is still prevalent even today?
From my own experience as a career woman, I would have to say that while things are getting better now than they used to be, it is still a widespread problem. Society is changing, but there is still a glass ceiling for women in many career tracks.
Do you think the glass ceiling phenomena is because of traditional social customs? Or are there more issues coming into play?
I think it's a very complicated issue. A part of the difficulties women have advancing in the workforce are due to few opportunities and many male managers. Don't underestimate the good old boy system. Men have power, so it's easier for them to stay in power.
What about affirmative action? Hasn't legislation changed a lot of the make hierarchy?
Affirmative action has given us management quotas and bans sexual discrimination, but it's still a man's world.
Our mission is to help you learn the English language. We have created easy-to-follow, free educational materials for those seeking knowledge of English.